Luvbugs. How are you guys doing? Welcome back to another video with the girl Carol. Y'all, I don't have a topic. I didn't write anything down. I didn't even think on this, but I just been sitting here just in awe of just God, just period. I'm so happy with just life. No, I don't have a new house. I don't have a new car. I don't have a whole bunch of money in the bank. It's just the simple fact that I have decided to give my life to Christ and just live for him. And guys, it's just been amazing. God is showing me things. I'm seeing things that I never seen before, that I was blind to. I'm just happy. And the consistency of this happiness, it comes from God, and I'm just so happy and excited. I'm just looking forward to life. Everything is just not perfect, but it's just the point that I'm living life, and I'm living life for God. Guys, guys, before I get to rambling, you guys already know, if you feel like you can benefit from some encouraging videos, by all means, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, click like, share, and comment, guys. Yes. So I just want to testify. I just want to testify about the goodness of the Lord. The goodness. There are people who don't believe, and that is okay. There are people who have their own beliefs and all of that. It doesn't even matter. I'm telling you the goodness of God through my eyes, and how I'm feeling and how he makes me feel. And I am just so excited and I'm just so excited, and I just want to share it with my people. I just want to share it. But guys, I don't know if you may know my backstory, and just how I just can't. Okay, let me bring it back. Let me calm down. Whew. Okay, guys. But from birth, I feel like God chose me for the purpose that I am in right now. And I feel like the enemy knew. I know the enemy knew what God had for me, and how he had his hands and everything over me, his angels and everything, arms, fingers, toes, everything around me. The enemy knew. The enemy knew who God has intended me to be. And so from the beginning, the enemy tried to kill, steal, and destroy me. Period. Mentally, spiritually, all of that. From being the age of 2, being molested, to the age of 6, to the age of 10, to the enemy just tried to tear me raggedy. And it's not even with just being molested as a kid, but it's surrounding yourself with people who treat you like you're nobody. You believe what they say. You believe what the enemy say. You believe that you are worthless. You're going through depression, anxiety, everything that the enemy could throw my way. I was catching it, and I was putting it in my pocket, and I was carrying it. I raised my kids broken. I got married broken. And life for me, I just feel like, I'm just looking back over my life, and I was just living. I was just not living. I was just existing. But if I could encourage somebody, if I could uplift somebody, I would. I would pour everything that I had into somebody else, and I would leave myself. I would just leave myself just empty. I would pour everything into whoever, and nobody would do the same for me. I didn't have anybody to uplift me. I didn't have anybody to pour back into me. So I was just out here just empty. I always have felt misunderstood. All I ever wanted in life was for somebody to understand me, hear me out. You don't have to agree with me, but just let me speak. Just hear me out. Just hear my heart. Just hear how I feel. Let me explain to you why I operate the way that I operate. Nobody ever wanted to hear it. Nobody ever really cared. Everybody just knew that I was different. I was weird. I might have drained their energy. I was whatever negative feeling everybody felt about me. That was just that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I have people who love me. I have people who love me regardless, through no matter what I went through, no matter how I was, no matter up and down. There are people who roll with me through it all, and I'm so thankful and grateful for those people. Not saying I still wasn't draining, not saying, you know what I'm saying, but there are some people who absolutely did not care how I felt or whatever, and they let it be known, and it just made me feel less than. It made me feel worthless, and I already felt that way anyway. So people will just add to that. So I began to be fearful of people. I really didn't like being around people. I like people, and I wanted people to like me. I just wanted people to tell me I was pretty. I just wanted people to just acknowledge me, just acknowledge that I exist. And I just put too much into people. I put too much into wanting people to validate me, make me feel like I'm somebody. I just put too much into it, to where I got to the point where I was dealing with depression and anxiety, and I just didn't want to deal with people. I want to be in the background. I didn't want to be seen. It just got bad. It just got bad. And I'm dealing with all of this, with kids and being married and trying to function daily. And it was just a lot for me. A lot for me. And I don't want to speak as if I don't want to speak as if I'm a victim or if I feel sorry for myself, because I don't. I just want you to feel what I was feeling in those moments. And it brought me all the way to my knees. It almost broke me, but it didn't, because I got this strong spirit in me. God always was with me, no matter what I went through, no matter how I felt. God has always been with me. So let's fast forward. And I began to work as a case manager, where I'm reading people's treatment plans and their diagnosis, and I'm like, oh, okay, there's a name to these certain feelings and to these certain things how I feel. And oh, okay. So I would kind of try to use some of those coping skills and try to help myself, fix myself. But I'm gonna tell you something: you can't have a coping skill without having God. God is your coping skill, but you can't do coping skills and think your day is just gonna be top notch without God. I still needed God, but I was trying to self-diagnose and self-medicate myself. Medicate, not actually medicating, but trying to fix myself without God. Now, some things worked, but the majority, if your mindset ain't where it needs to be for change, you're not going to change. Those coping skills, you read it all day long, but those coping skills are going to go out the window if you don't sit down and change your mindset and focus on change. So yeah, that didn't work. It didn't work. So I'm praying to God. Somebody spoke into my life and was telling me, that depression and anxiety and all of that is not of God. That's nothing but the enemy. And that's still to this day. And I'm very appreciative of that person. That person know who they are. I'm very, very, very appreciative of that person, because that opened my eyes to, okay, these labels that I'm putting on myself is not of God. I'm owning this stuff, and this is not of God. This is not who I am. But I'm allowing myself to be labeled, and I'm holding on to these things, and it's tearing me apart. So that was another level. I realized what's going on. I realize what the enemy is trying to do. The enemy is trying to label me depressed. You got anxiety. You feel worthless. You're this, you're that. Nobody wants to be around you. Nobody wants, and and the devil will bring some people around to make you feel like what the enemy is saying is true. The enemy can use family, friends, your kids, whatever the enemy needs to do for you to get that, for him to get that point across, he gonna do it. It doesn't matter. And so when you already feel a certain type of way, and then the enemy bringing people to tell you, oh, you're feeling the right feeling, it destroys you. It tries to destroy you if you allow it to. So I'm going through that, and then God's telling me, I want you to help people. I want you to encourage people. I want you to do it through video. I want you to put yourself out there and just encourage people. I'm like, who you talking to me? The person that's shy, don't want to talk, don't want to be seen, don't want to be heard. You talking to me? You want me to what? On what? Yeah, okay. So it took me a year. I talked about it. Now, one thing that I used to do, I could talk a good game, but put no action to it. So I would talk about what I'm gonna do, and I just made it seem like, oh, I had to do X, Y, and Z to get to do this. Y'all, all you need is a camera, make you a YouTube channel, and get the recording. That's it. That's to get started. That's it. But I made it seem like I had to go to China and go get tea and cups and furniture, and I couldn't make it to China, till 2027. That's just how I made it. That's how I made it in my head, because I was afraid. I was afraid to put myself out there. I was afraid. But when I did it, And that was another layer that come off. But I wasn't consistent. Because I began to do this YouTube thing for my own gain. I want to monetize. I want to make money doing this. I want to, and I ain't getting enough followers, and I ain't getting enough subscribers, and I'm just getting all. It became a lot of work. I couldn't think of any topics. I was getting frustrated. It was doing a lot. So I took a break. And when you take a break, you take another break. And you take another break. 6 months had passed by. Girl, you got to get on it. What you doing? You tripping. You got to get on it. Got back on it. Got discouraged again. Another 6 months. So by the time you get yourself together, 2 years. 2 years then passed by. 2 years. So what you do? You know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to give you like a rundown of how I have gotten here. It took me forever. But y'all, when I decided I was going to bet on me, when I decided I was going to do everything that I need to do to follow God and put him first. And then when my husband began to put God first, it just puts you in line. It just puts you in line. And it's just like, I can't be all everywhere mentally, and my husband is trying to get himself together, because we partners. I can't be all over the place, and you know what I'm saying? I gotta meet him where he's at. And so that was another push for me. And when I began to say, you know what, I am going to do what I need to do to follow God, so I can be what I need to be for everybody else. And when I began to do that, I began to be consistent. I began to find happiness within who I am. I began to love myself. Everything that had me blind began to fall off. Everything that had me bound and was holding me back began to fall off. Who wasn't for me began to fall off. What wasn't for me began to fall off, because God got so much more for me than I can do for myself, or that anybody else can do for themselves. I began to focus on God, not my surroundings, what everybody else is doing, what everybody else have, but I began to focus on me, because I'm very detailed. I'm a visual person. And if something don't look right, or I don't like the way, it look or whatever, I ain't fooling with it. I ain't dealing with it. But God was like, in this season, I'm going to tell you where to go. I'm going to show you how to move. Man. And when I began to let him lead me, y'all, this happiness that I have, God gave it to me. And can't nobody take it away. Things that used to bother me, had me sick to the stomach, it don't bother me no more. I love everybody. I don't have no beef. I don't think I ever had beef with anybody. But some people can do some things that make me feel some type of way. And it's like, man, I don't want to deal with them. I don't feel like, but y'all, I don't care. Hey, how you doing? Have a wonderful day. When I say I'm praying for you, I'm praying for you. When I want you to have if I say I want you to have a good day, I mean that. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm seeing people for who they are. I'm seeing people's hearts, and it is what it is. But God is awesome. If you just give him a try, if you just give him your life, the world is not that important. We want to serve God on Sunday, and then Saturday, on Monday through Saturday, we want to serve the world. We want to do what everybody else doing. And you don't realize that is breaking you. It's breaking you every time you step out of the will of God. It's breaking you down. It's breaking you down. And I didn't realize that. I still want to go to the club. I still want to dance. Now I'm a dance. I ain't gonna be out here twerking and all of that though, but I love to dance or whatever, But yeah, I'm dancing for the Lord. You know what I'm saying? But that's gonna always be in me. That's just something in me. But I don't go to the same places I used to go. I don't do the same things that I used to do. I don't have time to sit up and talk about people. I don't have time to make somebody feel bad or talk down on somebody as if I'm better than. Nope, I don't have time. All I got time for is uplifting, encouraging, praising God, making these videos so I can encourage somebody. That's all I got time for. All I got time for is what God has for me is what I have time for. I don't have time for negativity. I ain't got time to be mad at people. I ain't got time to catch your subliminal messages. I ain't got time to catch your negative energy. I ain't got time to catch who talking about me behind my back. I ain't got time. All I got time for is God's business. And if it ain't in God's business, and if what you got ain't in the will that God has for me, I ain't got time. I don't want it. Detach. Because who I am today, baby, I'm attached to God, and I'm going wherever he needs me to go. And you can't hold me down. You can't hold me down with your negative words, your negative talk, your rolling of your eyes. You're not speaking to. I ain't got time. I ain't got time, because I got time. I got time for what God has for me. His business. Point blank, period. Point blank, period. And I'm telling y'all better get on this train, because God is awesome and God is amazing. All these needs, all these wants and all that, God will provide. God will provide you with one of the nicest homes. God will provide you with this material stuff that don't even matter. But I'd rather get it through God. If he never gives me nothing else, Lord, I am thankful and I'm grateful. I am thankful and I'm grateful for where I am. Because my house don't make me. My car don't make me. My heart is who, and who I am on the inside is what makes me. What I have, what I drive, what I wear, where I work at, my titles, those titles, and it don't make me. Me being Miss Moon, me being Curly Johnson Moon does not make me. Me being somebody's wife does not make me. Me being who I need to be for God, my personality, my behavior, how I treat people, that's more important to me. how I see people. That's more important to me. You might not have what I have, but you know what? Through my eyes, you got what I got. You can get what I got if you ain't got it. I'm not gonna look down on you. I'm looking like I'm somebody right there. But anyway, I'm not gonna look down on you because you don't drive what I want you to drive. I'm not gonna look down on you because you don't live where I need you to live. And you see that? How I need you to live somewhere, how I need you to drive, whatever. I ain't got no control over nobody and what they do. Now, I do got control over how you treat me, because you ain't coming over here with that negativity. You ain't coming over here trying to do me any kind of way, because the new Carol, it's already blocked. God already blocked it, so I ain't even worried about it. If you got access to me, if you can come to me and talk to me and call me, you got my number and all that, that's because God gave you access. But if you can't get through, if you don't know how to contact me, if you can't even come speak to me and that's because you ain't got access to me. God said, now let me eliminate some things because I'm trying to take you here. And yes, sir. Yes, I hear you. Yes. Do whatever it is you need. Does it hurt? Yeah, it hurt. But is it necessary? Yeah, it's necessary. So this joy that God has given me, it's just unexplainable. It's unexplainable. So I just want you to know that we all go through things. We all go through trauma. We all have some type of trauma. We all have some broken heart. Somebody has done us wrong. Things happen. Things get cut off. Things get repoed. We all have been car wrecks, whatever. We all have been through something that has been taken away from us, that has made us feel less than. We all have went through something, but it's how you come out. It's how you come out. I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim at all. Everything that I went through, it was to get me to this point. Lord, I thank you for the trials and the tribulations. Lord, I'm grateful for everything that you have brought into my life, because without you, Lord, I'm nothing. I give you all the praise. I give you all the glory and all the praise. Period, Lord. Period. Yeah, I'm saying period, Lord. Amen. Yes, but y'all, I just can't explain. I just gotta tell somebody how good God is. The enemy still tries to come in and steal my joy, but he can't have it. It just be the little things. I used to get so frustrated about the little things, the small little things, and I have a whole breakdown. And the enemy know that, but the enemy also know that I ain't that person anymore. Oh, and let me tell you something. When God do something in your life, when he elevates you, he change your mindset, you just doing something different, you gonna always have somebody to try to remind you of how you used to be. And you just tell them, hey, it is what it is, but you want to get, no, they can't even have access to the new you. So it won't even matter if they don't need to get to know the new you. It's okay if they know the old you. But the God I serve, y'all, I'm about to preach up in here. But for real though, people will try to remind you about the past and who you used to be. You just point, like Pastor Doug said, just point to the cross. Let them know. You ain't even gotta say nothing. Just point to the cross. Let them know who it is, what it is. Period. Y'all, I just had to again just tell you the goodness of God. It's just, to me, it's a lot, because I know how I have felt for so long. And I've been lost. I've been blind. I've been playing victim. I just been unhappy, parenting unhappy and broken, being married, unhappy and broken. And and being married unhappy and broken had nothing to do with my husband. That's something I brought into the relationship. But God, y'all, that's a whole nother story. And I'm gonna do a video I done said this before now, and I keep telling my husband we're gonna do a video. We're gonna do a couple of them because I got a couple things that we need to talk about as couples, but as a couple. But yeah, guys, just let the Lord use you. Let the Lord use you. I don't know if my eyelash look crazy. If it do, hey, just mind your business and just listen to the message and not worry about my eyelashes. Anyway, but guys, again, I just wanted to tell you how good God is. And it might not mean much to you, but it just means so much to me to feel good about me, to love me, to be happy, not with things, baby, because I put all my happiness into things, and it only lasts for that much. But I just want to say, just God is amazing. Lord, you are amazing. You are awesome in everything that you do. I can't do anything in this world without you. I don't want to do anything in this world without you. You are awesome. You are awesome. But guys, I'm going to let you go. Just remember, God loves you. He made no mistake when he made you. Remember, faith over fear. And I pushed that so hard because I went through life fearful of everything, and it paralyzed me, and I just stood still and just let life happen all around me. Not no more. Faith over fear. Faith over fear. Period. Guys, I love you. I love you. And until next time. Mwah.